Okay, are we ready for week 3? Right, this is psychonutrition support, energy predictability, and response control. So we're going to do some emotional performance drills. What do you think? Right? Um, this week in group, we talked about emotional performance, what actually shows up when you're activated, right? Like, so, I hope you've been starting to really look at that and gathering your data. But today, right, for this part of this week's work, we're gonna talk about something that real quietly determines whether you can actually use those skills in real time. Okay. And that's your energy predictability. Okay. So I want to set your expectations here real clear. Okay. This is important. This is not about, because I don't want you to come to me and go, I don't have any more energy, right? Like, this is not about having more energy. It's about you knowing what your energy will do. So your nervous system isn't in a state of constant adjustment. Okay. It's that unpredictability is probably one of the fastest ways to lose your response controls. Okay. Now, it's probably like, oh, why does this matter? Right. But when our energy plummets, right? When it drops suddenly, maybe you've noticed this, maybe you haven't, but your emotional tolerance drops with it, right? So if your energy drops suddenly, that emotional tolerance follows right along. And that's not because you have some, emotional weakness. It's just physiology, right? Pretty cool, right? I get to put this off on physiology. It's not a you thing. Right? Response control is that ability to pause, to choose, and to recover. And so that requires available energy. Now, if we're looking to get into a space of, right, like, I love this stuff. We're getting into that space of naming our lived experiences. What we can identify with is, I don't know, maybe this is you. I know this is a lot of you, but I know that people often say things like, I was fine until I wasn't, right? Like, I was fine until they blah blah blah, or I was fine until da da da, right? Or that normally wouldn't bother me. That normally wouldn't bother me. Those moments, right? Those moments usually follow an energy dip, not some big personality flaw. And so if you're practicing emotional performance drills, but your energy is erratic, the drill is not going to fail. Your access to the drill will fail. Okay. So it's not, oh God, let me ditch that, right? Because it didn't work. It's your access, your ability to tap into it. So let's keep it super clean and simple, right? Like, what's happening physiologically, right? What's happening is your brain uses a lot of energy. Okay. It takes a lot of energy to regulate emotion. Pausing, reframing, choosing words, and recovering all require fuel. So what happens, right? What happens when energy is unpredictable? Well, think about this, right? If energy fluctuates real sharp, up, down, up, down, up, down, what's going to happen? The nervous system is going to prioritize efficiency over any level of nuance. Okay. So that's why, or well, if you're gathering your data, right? Like this is when those responses are going to become faster, sharper, and more defensive. Super, I mean, well, not super less flexible because that's terrible English, but less flexible. Right? This is the body conserving resources, and emotional flexibility is resource intensive. So it's going to ditch that one, right? Because it needs a lot of resources for that. So loss, right? Like loss of response control is very often and most likely energy conservation. Okay. So it's not your lack of skill. It's not your lack of having skills. And it takes a lot of energy. So no optimization necessary, right? We want to stabilize this. So let's look at 3 principles that'll support or give you energy support. Okay. The first one is again, predictable fueling beats perfect fueling. Predictable fueling beats perfect fueling. Your nervous system prefers consistency over quality debates. So that predictability, it reduces the vigilance. Okay. 2, long gaps increase emotional urgency. So extended energy dips increase emotional intensity. So this doesn't mean eat more. I'm not telling you to eat more. It means don't let depletion do the talking. And don't have a big important conversation if you haven't had anything to eat yet today. Or don't have a big conversation if, you haven't had any sustenance, right? Nutrition, hydration in a couple of hours. I don't know, right? So number 3, energy recovery, right? Like that energy recovery, intake, rest, let it sink in. Energy recovery matters as much as energy input. So recovery isn't just rest, it's the refueling. So without the recovery, your response control erodes over the day. So if you have something in the morning and nothing again until you get home in the evening, again, your controls are eroding over the day. And so you'll get home and that's why you snap at your kids, your spouse, I don't know, right? Can't unwind, can't get to sleep, whatever that is. So again, this is not about eating on a schedule. I'm not trying to, do that. If we need to put something together that is perfect for you and you're having trouble doing that, I'm here for that. Ask me what's the best avenue. Okay. So, right, it's not about that. What we're doing here right now is looking at ways to avoid sharp drops that are going to narrow your emotional range. Okay. Now, when the energy is predictable, you're going to notice some really important things happening. Your ability to pause, again, is going to lengthen. Your word choice, right? Like your words are going to flow. They're going to slow down. And your recovery is actually going to speed up. This, my friend, is emotional performance in action. The drills work best when your system isn't fighting depletion. Okay, so support your system and the skills will become available to you. So this week, I want you to notice when do reactions feel sharper? What happened energetically beforehand? And is there a pattern? I don't want you to fix it. I just want you to be noticing. Okay, I'll give those to you one more time because I did that really fast, right? So notice, when do reactions feel sharper? What happened energetically beforehand? And is there a pattern? You're not meant to perform emotional skills on empty. Support creates access and access creates choice. So when energy is predictable, your response becomes intentional. This is what we want. Emotional performance. Okay, guys. See you next week.